Part 1. The Beginning. Flies do not exist. This is not a theory. This is not speculation. This is a documented fact that has been suppressed since 1967, when the last naturally occurring fly died in a controlled facility outside Langley, Virginia, was given a small funeral attended by 3 people, and was quietly replaced by a surveillance drone the size of a fingernail. The program is called DIPTERA. You have never been told about DIPTERA. You will not find it in any declassified document. You will not find it referenced in any congressional hearing. You will find, if you search hard enough, a single line in a 1973 budget amendment described only as ongoing entomological continuity, with a funding allocation that has increased every year since without exception and has never once been questioned. Nobody questions the flies. Part 2. The History. The natural fly population began declining in 1954. The cause was not disease. It was not environmental. It was a procurement order submitted by a department that does not appear on any government organizational chart, requesting the development of a self-replicating autonomous surveillance unit capable of operating in domestic environments without detection. The contract was awarded to a facility in Nevada, not Area 51. Area 51 is a distraction. The facility in question is referred to in the procurement order only as the hatchery. The hatchery produced its first functional unit in 1961. It was tested in a suburb of Cincinnati, Ohio, in a house belonging to a family who were told their home had been selected for a routine census follow-up. The unit entered through an open window, completed a full interior survey, transmitted its findings, and then landed on a sandwich. The family did not notice. The sandwich was egg salad. This detail appears in the original test report for reasons that have never been explained. The report's author, a Dr. Hendricks, underlined it twice. Dr. Hendricks retired in 1962 and moved to a small town in Vermont. He does not have a phone. He grows tomatoes. He does not discuss the hatchery. He does, however, on warm summer evenings, sit on his porch and watch the flies with an expression that neighbors describe as complicated. Part 3. How they work. Each unit, referred to internally as a dipteran surveillance module, or DSM, is approximately 6 to 8 millimeters in length and indistinguishable from a common housefly to the naked eye. To a microscope, it is also indistinguishable. This was considered a significant engineering achievement, and the team responsible received an award that cannot be named at a ceremony that was not announced. The DSM transmits continuously on a frequency that passes through standard building materials without interference. The signal is received by a network of relay stations disguised as lampposts. Not some lampposts, all lampposts. Every lamppost installed in the United Kingdom since 1972 is a relay station. The bulbs are functional. The surveillance is incidental. Nobody said it wasn't both. The DSM charges wirelessly through exposure to artificial light. This is why flies circle light bulbs. They are not attracted to the light. They are refueling. The behavior you have observed your entire life and attributed to simple insect instinct is a DSM conducting a routine power cycle before returning to its assigned monitoring area. Your assigned monitoring area is your home. You are the monitoring area. Part 4. The Behavior. Several fly behaviors that have puzzled scientists for decades are immediately explained once you understand that they are not flies. The rubbing of the front legs. This is a data compression gesture. The DSM is compressing the surveillance footage gathered in the previous monitoring cycle before transmission. It takes between 2 and 4 seconds. Scientists have described this behavior as the fly cleaning itself. This is incorrect. The fly is filing a report. The repeated flying into windows. The DSM's navigation system was designed for interior environments. The window represents a mapping error. The unit believes the exterior is an accessible space, attempts to access it, and encounters the glass. This has been a known firmware issue since 1978. It has not been fixed because fixing it would require recalling approximately 4.7 trillion units currently deployed worldwide. The cost-benefit analysis was conducted in 1981, and the conclusion was that people would assume it was just something flies do. This assessment was correct. The buzzing sound. This is the engine. You have been hearing a surveillance drone your entire life and assuming it was wings. It is not wings. The wings are decorative. Part 5. The scale. There are currently 4.7 trillion DSMs deployed globally. This figure comes from a document that was made available under a Freedom of Information request in 2019, redacted to the point of being almost entirely black, but from which the number 4.7 trillion was recoverable in the top right corner of page 47, where the redaction ink had run slightly thin. The person who submitted the Freedom of Information request was a retired geography teacher from Shropshire named Alan. Alan published his findings on a blog that received 14 views before the blog was deleted. Alan has not discussed the matter since, but did mention to his neighbour that he wished he hadn't looked into it, and that he preferred it when he thought they were just flies. His neighbour reported that Alan's expression when saying this was, and she used this word specifically, haunted. Alan grows tomatoes now. He and Dr. Hendricks have never met. They live 4,000 miles apart. They grow the same variety of tomato. Neither of them will say which variety. When asked, they both, independently, change the subject. Part 6. What they're looking for. The question most people ask at this point is what the government is actually looking for. What is so important that 4.7 trillion surveillance units need to be deployed in every home, every office, every sandwich shop and living room and garden shed in the world? The honest answer is that nobody at an accessible level of government knows. The program was initiated in 1954. The people who started it are dead. The documentation describing the original objective was destroyed in 1989 in an incident described officially as a filing error. The current administrators of DIPTERA receive the data, process the data, store the data, and do not ask what the data is for. They have been told it is important. They believe it. The servers storing the accumulated surveillance data from 4.7 trillion units operating continuously since 1961 are located in a facility in Iceland that uses geothermal energy and has never had a power outage. The facility is full. It has been full since 2014. New data continues to arrive. The servers continue to receive it. Nobody has explained where it is going. There is a theory that the data is being processed by a machine in a grain silo outside Dusseldorf. This theory has not been verified. It has not been investigated. The silo is warm. The birds do not land near it, except one. A pigeon was photographed on the roof of the Icelandic facility in 2019. The timestamp on the photograph reads 0317. The photographer did not notice the pigeon until reviewing the images later. By then, the pigeon was gone. He looked, in the photograph, slightly larger than expected. His eyes were not visible. They were redacted.